What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be discussing how to create your own workout routine in college or high school or really any period in your life. I know there's a lot of confusion around this subject. People don't know exactly what they should be doing, how to stay fit in general, so we're just going to be clearing some of those things up today. Also, I think it's pretty common to see maybe a workout routine or a set of exercises that a fitness person will post, and then you follow that routine for a certain amount of time, and then you just don't know what to do after that. So I think creating more of a structured routine will help you out in the future, and that's what this video will help you figure out. The first thing you have to consider when making a workout plan is you have to establish your goals and also determine how much time you have to dedicate to working out. Establishing these two things, having these things out in front of you, will not only help you stick to your plan, but also make sure that it works. You can't just follow some random routine that works for someone else's schedule because their schedule isn't yours. It's important to emphasize here that you don't need 90 minutes a day to work out. You don't need an hour a day to work out. Maybe you only have 30 minutes. The amount of time each day isn't necessarily as important as how consistent you are, so that you're getting those 30 minutes in a day, or you're getting that hour of working out in a day. Because this consistency will prove to yield long-term results. Whereas if you work out 90 minutes one day and then you don't work out the rest of the week, that's not good. Whereas if you did 15 minutes 6 days a week, that's the same amount of time, but it'll actually give you better results in the long term. So once you have these two things established, what you want to do is make sure that they align in some way, or find out where they align, because they will. So say, for me personally, I allocate around an hour and a half to 2 hours of working out every day, around there every day. My goals are to progress with my body weight strength training, my mobility, so working into deeper ranges of motion, and also to get more proficient with my handstands. If you want to see what I'm working on, you can follow me at Movement Luke on Instagram. But anyways, with my goals, I've established a routine that works out for me that aligns my goals and the time I have. So in that hour and a half to 2 hours, the first 20 or 30 minutes I allocate towards warming up, and then after that I do my skill training or handstands, hand balancing, and then after that I'll do my strength work. So it's split between my upper body and my lower body on different days, and then at the last 30 minutes or so, I will stretch and do my mobility and flexibility work. I'll make a separate video about how to actually, which days you can do what. It really depends on what you want to do. So I can run through different scenarios of what a certain plan would look like following certain goals and certain timelines, but this one's going to be more about the overarching basics of that. So once you have your goals established, I think the next thing you want to do is narrow your focus to compound exercises. So compound exercises are exercises that work more than one muscle group. So a simple exercise would be, a simple exercise is one where it only works one muscle. So say a bicep curl, that primarily works just your biceps. Whereas a bench press is a compound exercise because it works your chest, shoulders, and triceps, along with other pushing muscles. The reason you want to use compound exercises instead of simple exercises is because they work more muscles and it's more time efficient. So instead of doing just a pec fly, which works your chest, and also a tricep extension or some other tricep movement, that's 2 or 3 exercises that you could be working the same muscle groups in one exercise. So it's more efficient. The thing that's important to note about compound exercises is they don't have to be weighted. I just gave 2 weighted examples with a bicep curl and a bench press, but you could also do a push-up, which is a compound exercise that works the same muscles as the bench press, or you could do a pull-up, which works your back and your biceps along with other associated pull muscles. I would actually argue that training with your body weight, doing push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, and variants of all of those is a dominant way of strength training. That's another separate video though, because that can get pretty in the weeds. But basically, in summary, I think it's the most dominant because it has the most carryover. When you're doing your pull-ups and your push-ups, that strength transfers over to bench and deadlift or other pulling movements. Whereas if you were to deadlift, say you can deadlift 500 pounds, that doesn't necessarily mean you can do a ton of pull-ups or really one-arm pull-ups or really difficult pull-up variations. So I think training your body weight is efficient if you want to be strong in all areas, which I most certainly do. So we have establishing your goals, establishing the time you have available. Wow. So we have establish your goals, establish the time you have available, and also compound exercises. So the next thing that you're going to want to focus on is following the right people. So the way I learned how to train and the results that I've gotten, which you can see on my Instagram, is from following really good role models. I think there's this one quote, it's like, I stand on the shoulders of giants. I don't even remember what it is exactly, but so if you decide to go down the body weight route, which I assume a lot of people would, because during these times maybe the gyms aren't open or maybe you just aren't comfortable going to the gym, you want an option that you can do virtually anywhere. You could do it in your dorm room, you could do it in like really anywhere. You do it outside. And people on YouTube and social media that I would follow if you're interested in this body weight realm is Austin Dunham, Fitness FAQs, and Tom Merrick. Although I'm listing a bunch of guys here, I do think that these principles apply to girls as well that these guys bring up. There's no reason why a girl can't train to do pull-ups or do push-ups. So really, yeah, they apply to both boys and girls. So I want to get into how a workout plan actually kind of seamlessly fits into your college schedule already. So if you're in college and you have a set of classes that you go to on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you go to them at the same exact times every day, there's no other point in your life, I don't think, where you have such a rigid schedule where you know exactly where you'll be at which hours. So if you want to plan when you're going to work out, it's pretty easy to do so. The motivation behind actually getting there is a different story, but planning when you're going to do it should be pretty easy to keep consistent on the schedule itself. Say you have 3 classes on Monday and they're all in the afternoon. You can build whatever window you want, an hour window, a 2-hour window, a 30-minute window in the morning every Monday to work out. And you can do that with every day that you have an open window. I know that people are busy and it's hard to like stick to a schedule. Trust me, I know I've been doing this a while. But I found that when you have an actual plan to follow, it's a lot easier than if you're just going into the gym and you're kind of half-assing your workout. You don't really know what you're doing. You don't know the purpose behind it. You don't know your goals. But when you have goals set out, you have a plan there for you that is rigid and it follows your rigid school schedule, you're a lot more likely to stick to it. The last thing I want to mention here is you don't want to neglect your flexibility and mobility work. So this is something that I've been focusing on for like most of 2020. I've stretched before, I've done all that stuff, but I've never been super consistent with it. Making sure you stretch is such an important thing. I can't really overstate how important it is. It's so important. For me personally, my goals involve doing the splits, the middle and front splits, as well as the pancake, and also like head to toe, things like that. Even if you don't have goals that are necessarily like ambitious, you still want to stretch just for your overall health. There's so many benefits to it. That guy I mentioned before, Tom Merrick, or the Bodyweight Warrior, has so many amazing routines that I've followed that help you just like feel good and know what you're doing and why you're doing it. I think that's an important part. Like I kind of said before, you want to know why you're doing what you're doing. You want to have some goals set out, or at least know what stretches are doing to your body, because then you'll be more likely to do them and stick to a stretching routine. I know this video was kind of vague. I honestly, it feels like it was all over the place. I'm probably just gonna post it anyway because I just want to be creating stuff. If you're a college student or a high school student and you want help with creating a workout schedule that fits around your school schedule and your life, feel free to DM me on Instagram and we can figure something out for you. I feel like I have a lot of experience in this area and knowledge that could really help you guys out. I'm not gonna ask you for money or anything. I really just want to help people out and help younger people be more healthy. It's kind of my goal here. If you follow my Instagram at MovementLuke, I post a lot of my like workout clips. I'm gonna start posting more like tip-based workout stuff for college students and high school students. I feel like that's an audience that might benefit from this because there's a lot of confusion with it. And like I said, DM me if you want some more personalized information that is more applicable to your own schedule. So that's all for this video. Drop a comment if you want to, say hi, ask a question, whatever. I will see you in the next video.